our country. This is our country. These people have a deal with us. So we need to function in that manner. So when you look at the amount of money that we spend as a group of people, if you look at the amount of money that we spend, it's staggering. It's staggering. If one of us just decided to buy toilet paper from the other one, and they wouldn't buy it from nobody else but that person would instantly become a billionaire. If one of us decided to just buy toilet paper, if we all bought toilet paper from just that one person, he would instantly become a billionaire. We spend more money than any group of people. We don't save much. Saving is an important thing, but it is at the same time completely overrated. When you don't save to the point that you got $1 billion, $2 billion, $50 billion, it's an excess of everything. You know what I'm saying? You need to do more. You need to do more. If you got $50 billion, you need to do more. You can't do enough. So people asking you about stuff every day is what you signed up for, because you saved $50 billion. You signed up for that. You can't spend that. You don't need that. There's no desire inside my body to have $50 billion. Only thing I can do is find, it's only 8 billion people on the planet. I got $50 billion. It's only 8 billion people on the planet. You telling me I can give each person $1 billion 4 times and still be good? Come on, common sense. That ain't money. That's something that's sending you away from yourself. Because common sense would tell anybody with that money, if they had any sense, let me give it away. I don't need it. Common sense will tell you that. So the people that you're dealing with and the people that you rush to give your money to, do they have the same thoughts that you have? Are the thoughts that you have the same thoughts that the prophet got? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thought your sister got, your brother got. Is it the same thoughts they have? No, it's not. Those people have different aims in life that they don't even help their own people. They allow businesses to be in place, such as the Red Cross, that takes people money, and only 25% of the money don't make it to where it's supposed to be at. So a quarter out of the dollar made it over there. The rest of it paid people salaries so that they can sit around all year long and wait for the catastrophe to happen. So they got salaries that's ridiculous.
I think it's way less than 25%. I think they actually only give like 10%.
It may be. It may be. The last I looked was 25. So it may be worse than that now. So anybody that would allow that type of a corporation to exist, there's something wrong. Because it's obvious that that's what's going on. It's obvious that people are saying they're not getting anything. You took I don't know, it was millions of dollars went to Haiti. Last I looked, they only built 6 houses. 6 houses. Where the rest of that money at? We ate it up in all of these things. Well, then that's not a good thing. It's bad when Bill Gates, they said, did you give any money? He said, no, and I'm not giving money. I'm going to start my own. He started his own business to give money, and people donate to his thing, more money get to the people. Right. Right. A lot of people just decided they're not giving money to the Red Cross. And the other one, what is the other thing? FEMA and all of that. Go ahead.
Another thing, there was an article I read online that 533% raised in opiate deaths since 2002. In 2002 was when the war, the only pure opium was up. So,
Right.
I'm just saying, they went up here and people them out of the opiates.
No, they got his brothers right now over there now guarding poppy fields. That's their job. To make sure that don't nobody. Now, why would you be guarding the poppy field?
Why? Because you guard the poppy field, and the people who make pharmaceutical grade poppy can go ahead and order those so that we have more addiction, because people tend to take what's prescribed as opposed to what's given. And pharmaceutical companies, their government makes more money. Dying, because that's the only reason that you'll bring them back to life, knowing that they're gonna go out and do it 5 minutes later.
Right. So the purpose is financial. So when you look at these things and your ambition, and the purpose of reading this and this whole conversation is, when you look at these things occurring, and you can't see that the ambition behind them is control and dollars, not for people to become better, more spiritually enlightened. When you see these things, then look, reflect upon yourself. What is your ambition? What is your ambition? Is your ambition to acquire $100 million? Is your ambition to have the flashiest things you can have? What is the ultimate drive behind who you are as a person? As a person that is a father, as a person that is a son, an uncle, a person that is a icon or something that somebody down the street can look at and say, hey, that brother is this or that brother is that. I want to do that. You know, if the kids down the street looking at you, pulling up with your nice car, your whip, and it's shining and everything else, I want to be like him. And then they watching you when you're not watching them, and it's, oh yeah, look like he's selling. I need to sell. But wait a minute, he got all that, he ain't selling. What you doing? Come here, let me tell you what I'm doing. Let me show you this. Here, grab this book right here. You got to patronize your own people. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this. You got to start a business up, and you got to get it in the right click of people, and you can get everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? But what is it that you want? Why do you want that? You see, all of these are questions that's legitimate questions. So if you have inside yourself a desire to have a 25-bedroom home, because it's nice to have, you know, but it's only you and your wife and 3 kids, then there's something else going on there. You know what I mean? If you say, hey, well, all my kinfolk about to live with me, we're about to do this thing the right way, okay, I understand. Do it. That's the most wonderful thing that you can have. Because we're the most backwards people at this point. I told y'all when the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to his prophethood, it came as the result of the people that he's from were the most backwards people on the planet. They call them the days that the prophet received revelation. It's called the days of Jahiliyyah, the dark days. They call it that. They called them the dark days. They was backwards. They had no understanding. They had many gods. They buried their girl children, blamed it on God. There's a lot of weird things they were doing. And Allah sent them a prophet from amongst them, speaking their language. You know what I'm saying? And he sent that to them, and they had different dialects. But guess what? The Quran came in several of those dialects. You only see that one because of politics, because of what happened after the Ottoman Empire failed. Then you see what happened. It was able to muster up enough things sometime after that to get political power to force it into one dialect. But there was more than one dialect. So you have a lot of reasons why we have to adhere to the things that the prophet is providing for us. You know what I'm saying? So the prophet came to us in that same manner. Why? Because we were the most backwards. We are the most backwards. We are in the dark days. We the most backwards people is what. So a prophet had to come to us from among us, speaking our language, so that we can understand, so that he can provide to us a way. So he can provide to us a way to straighten out our dark days, to bring us to days of lightness. And he said to us that our people must learn to patronize. We have to patronize our own self. We have to look to our own nation of people to provide support for the things that we want to do. Not talk about each other or why something didn't make it. You know, if this brother is selling something, all of us should have one. If that sister is making something, all of us should have one. Because we got to buy it anyway. If you got a shirt, my next shirt is going to come from this brother because he's selling a shirt. If I need a cake, my cake comes from this sister because I need a cake. You see? That's how that works. And we keep going around like that. And we spread ourselves out. And we don't just preach that to me and you. I preach that to all these other people. I mean, the painful truth is this, is that in chapter 26 of our Quran, the circle 7, it says, it's the chapter on unity. It said the gifts of understanding. And people miss that right off the rip. The first few words give you the whole understanding of that whole chapter right there. He said the gifts of understanding. What is understanding? It's supporting. Staying is under something, is supporting, it's holding up. So the gift of understanding is the gift of support. If you support them, they will be successful. If we support you, you're gonna be successful. So my sister and them had a fundraiser, and they're trying to get a building for a motorcycle club. So they've been doing different little fundraisers to get the money. They're getting closer. So they're doing good. So it dawned on me that if she said she wanted to have a fundraiser, and then I said to you, let's go out here and buy a fish dinner for her. You know what I'm saying? So 4 or 5 of us come out and go buy the fish dinner for her. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple other mosques, I talked to some of them brothers, and then they go out, 4 or 5 of them out, each one of them must go buy a fish dinner. Then we got churches. Each one of them churches, 4 or 5 of them go buy a dinner. Do you know that thing is a success? It's gonna be a success. And that's all it takes. That's the difference between success and failure. The best plan a person can have will be of no avail if it has no support. So our failure is lack of support. I'm not reading you nothing out of the Quran. I'm not reading you nothing out of the Quran of Mecca, Circle 7, the Bible I'm reading. I'm saying from my observation that our failure is a lack of support. Everything that I read in those books tell me the same thing. That people don't understand and agree and have a nationality to rally under, then they run wild. And just like we said about the lawless people, they can't do it. The prophet has said to us here in this short reading that he said the problems of life are largely social and economic. Social and economic. We got to socialize with each other with love, and he said economic. Now, what does economic mean? Anybody?
Financial.
Right. We have to spend our money together with each other. You know, simple as that. Do you understand that we can make a plan here today, even though it's just us few here? We can make this plan and we can say, hey, we're gonna buy all our fish, chicken, and beef together for the next 6 months. We're gonna buy it at the 1st of the month and at the 15th of the month. We're gonna buy our meats. So everybody make their plan out, write out what they're gonna need, what they're gonna use, and then bring your money at this time. And we'll buy that food together. You know what I'm saying? Do you know that the price of that, every time you go buy it, the price of that meat is gonna get less and less? Because that person waiting on you to come with that big order. You're gonna have the prime pieces of meat. They're gonna wait on you to come, and you can bargain now. Because you're doing it and you're telling other people, and they go, I want to get in. How much you pay for that? Well, I only ended up paying like 49 cents pound for that ticket. What? Oh yeah, I'm in next week. I'll give you my money now for next week. You know what I'm saying? For real, y'all doing that? They're gonna tell somebody else, they're gonna tell somebody else. So you know, you'll be getting that same chicken for 15 cents, 20 cents. You see what I'm saying? Because you're buying it in bulk and you're distributing it. As soon as you get it, you're giving it right back out. So it ain't sitting nowhere. You're getting all that chicken in one whop, bringing it all back out. All that fish, right back out. So they taking it, boom, putting it in their freezer and whatever they got to do, they cool. Price of money. Look how much money you save. Look how much buying power you get. You understand? Now here comes a very critical thing that most of us miss is, now what about Kroger's on Glendale? What about Walmart on Glendale? What about Seaway? Once you get 200, 300 people doing that, how do you think that's going to affect them? They don't know what's happening. All they know is they're not selling as much as they used to sell. They don't know they need to drop their prices because they can't see that they need to drop their prices. They don't know. So now you get to a point where you're buying this meat and you go over to them and you say, look, I'll sell you 300 pounds of chicken for 35 cents. What? Right. I'm gonna sell you, Walmart, chicken at 35 cents. And you can sell it and make more money. But what choices do we got? Do you see what I'm saying? So you increase your buying power till you take over. It's a shame. We don't have, you got one market in the middle of town here. It's on Detroit and Door. Right? Y'all know the store? It's a market right on Detroit. Right there before you get the Door. Right across from the Federal Credit Union.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know where it's at?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That store right there, that's the only market right in town like that, right in the city, other than Seaway. And it's owned and ran by Eric. So, but we make up the population around here. But we don't have something as simple as a free market. But we want to sit here and complain about the what they're feeding us and the drugs that they're giving us. And several people have already told us. We got the Dr. Tamika. She sit here and tell us, you know, the cure to the ailment is the food that you're eating. You're killing yourself with the cure, eating the wrong things. And you're supposed to eat what you're supposed to eat. They say eat healthy. No, you're supposed to eat according to what you're supposed to be eating. And then you don't get sick. Your body handles what it needs to handle, you know. But after you start eating all those foods that's contrary with pesticides and preservatives and all those things in there, your body is not going to regulate itself correctly. And you're taking medication from people that created the medical system on your back. They studied your systems and created a system that works better for their system. They knew what not to do. A lot of things we could have took that is not a chemical, not a drug. It's a food. You got a headache, well, then you got some stuff you can take for a headache. You know, we just get so used to taking a pill that we pop a pill in our mouth. You understand? But you got certain fruits and things that you can eat that relieves headaches. You got certain foods that you should eat because they're not real. You're eating carrots. You're saying, what is a carrot? Where did that come from? You know what I mean? That's not real. Broccoli, they don't. Yeah, you can get it. It's nice. It does have some properties to it. It's good, but in actuality, that's not real. There's very few real things where they haven't been tampered with. You know, cauliflower, that's not real. As a matter of fact, you barely see white vegetables. They all got some color to it, richness to it. You say, what is that? Where'd that come from? It's made, you know, when you get tangerines. It's not real. When you get watermelons and they don't have seeds in it, that's not real. Somebody did that. You know, so all of these things, there's repercussions to it. There's consequences to eating these foods. So we tend to get sick faster. But we normally didn't get sick like that. We normally wasn't prone to that kind of a sickness. You know, here in the later years, we've had more people involved with high blood pressure and strokes and things of this nature in our nation of people. We've had more of that going on, and diabetes and things of this nature. Why? Because they say it's because of pork. Well, you know what? It's not really because of pork. Because I'm from Hawkinsville, Georgia. That's where we came from. Our family came. We go back every couple of years. We go there, and we went when I was younger. We went back and forth all the time, and they ate pork. All I can remember, all of them ate pork. And they all got old, 90-some years old. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that pork, they might have got 100 or something, they wasn't eating the pork, more than likely. But the point is that the pork wasn't doing all of that. Then, when we went back down there, you can't just sit down and eat. You got a job to do. When we went down for family reunions and stuff, when you woke up in the morning, it wasn't no waking up at no 10 o'clock. No, you got to get up in the morning because you got to go help. You either feeding some pigs or some hogs, or you pulling something up. Cutting some watermelons out of the field, you bringing them back, you knock it down, something, you're doing something, you're feeding something, or you're killing something. Chicken gonna be had for dinner, you out there catching them chickens and bringing in net, you know what I'm saying? And they know you're coming. So sometimes it ain't so easy to get up over it, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta catch them chicken, then you gotta get them ready, You know, you got the thing out there, it's boiling, you drop it in there, and you get the plucking them feathers and all that. They bring you back. You know, if it's a hog, you hit it in the head with a sledgehammer, you know, and you got him by the legs and pull him, get him strung up on the teeth, hung upside down for a few minutes, with all the blood drained down, you cut his throat, bleed him out, you know. So it's a process. But all that was, those things was eating things that they were supposed to be eating. And we was eating them. You see? So it wasn't a whole lot of the chemical stuff that's in our bodies now from eating stuff that's been processed and made to preserve it and everything like that. Like the color of meat. They preserve red meat by putting carbon dioxide, spraying it on there. Well, you know, that kind of takes away from our ability to breathe and intake air. We don't want carbon. We're blowing that out. We want more of it, so we eat it and digesting it. You know, so there's a lot of things that's being done to our food that hinders our growth. And then once that is hindered, then it hinders your spiritual development. So some of the things that I say, sometimes people can't hear. Is it a difference between somebody who they don't consume any meats, a vegan, or it's a big difference. The majority of people that I know that's vegan, or they don't eat any meat at all, are much more mild and tolerant, it seems. Right, I said that. I've noticed that among people. There are a lot of people that don't eat meat. They came to that conclusion some kind of way. You know, and when I tell people you're eating something that's dead, you have to be careful when you eat something that's dead. Because it's not trying to help itself get assimilated. It's dead. It don't got no help in it. If you eat an apple, when you bite the apple, it don't change or nothing. It's still being an apple. It's not dead. It's still alive. Somewhat wounded because you took a bite out of it. But it's still alive. The apple's still, as you eat it and chewing it, it's still alive. As it's in your body, it's still alive and breaking down. Your body is interacting with live material. When you eat meat and it's been dead for a week, then it'll spray something on it to make it look red. Then you get it, then you put it in the freezer for another week. Then you take it out, thaw it out. Then you fry it. It's some grease and some oil. You know what I'm saying? Then you eat it. Your body don't know what the heck that is. It ain't trying to work with no parts of the body. It's just a matter. It's inside of you. And your body trying to get what it needs and send it up. Sometimes your body don't even mess with it. So it just clogs up inside of your intestines. And you got pounds of red meat just stuck in your intestines. You need a colon cleaning and carrying on. You wonder why people have problems with their prostate and all these different things with their intestinal tracts. Because of these materials that you eat. It ain't food. It ain't fit for that. Now, if you got something and you kill it right then and you cook it right then and you eat it, it's closer to life. You see? But when you store that stuff and it's already been fed grains that's not right, it's already been fed grass that's not right, they're producing all of the stuff to feed these animals, and then you go to eat it, well, it leaves you with all of that inside of you. And your body don't know what to do with it. So in most cases, people, if they ate the antidote to the problem that they have, their body wouldn't know how to respond to it. Their body wouldn't know how to respond to it. When you look at Dr. Sebi and the things that he done with food, he don't cure people from AIDS. He don't cure people from cancer and all of that with food. They actually took him to court in Arizona. They took him to court because he claimed that he cured people. They said, you show us some people that you cured. He had about 40-some people coming in. One guy came all the way from France, I think it was, with his doctor report of what his ailment was that they gave up on him and said that it's terminal, it's over with for him. He went to see Dr. Sebi, came back, went to his doctor. The doctor gave him another report. He don't know what happened, but whatever you're doing, keep doing. That's what he told him. That man came here and went to the court and said, yeah, he cured me. They sent him on his way. They didn't charge him. They couldn't charge him because he said he cured people. They said it's against the law to say that you cure somebody. You can only practice medicine. No, I ain't practice nothing. I know what I'm doing. I cure them. I'm gonna cure some more people. That's what they said. He's dead now. Yeah, they killed him. He said he was surprised they ain't killed him earlier. He said, I thought they would have killed me in the 80s. Left eye. Same thing. She went over there, came back. He told her, don't be going out there talking like that. They killed her. He said it himself, they killed that girl. I told her, don't do it. She wanted everybody to know there's a cure for this. And you don't gotta live with it. You can go over here and see him. Now she did. You know. So these are the things that are gonna be your fights. These are the things that's your fight. But it starts internally. It starts internally. You know what I'm saying? While we can't provide for each other, while we can't help one another. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that we can't patronize another person? Why do we got to go out our way to give our money to people that ain't trying to give us nothing? Why do we go to work and come back, and in order to feel like we don't done a great thing, we got to be on the awards that somebody else have, not the awards that I'm giving you or you giving me, not the accolades that's coming from our people. You know what I'm saying? They created the BET Awards as the result of us not getting any accolades. We ain't got to go for that. So we got our own awards. We start making our own award programs up. And guess what happened? Right. Now they making it where, yeah, let's vote on their stuff too. We don't want them. Why? Why they don't want you to do that? Because when it comes to entertainment, you are second to none. When it comes to entertainment, we are second to none. Name another type of music that didn't start here. Just one. Name one that started in England. You ain't got none. Why? Because when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to style, when it comes to pleasing and hopeful things, we it. In the face of all that we are going through right now, in the face of everything we do, we still figure out how to make it happen. You still got billionaires that look like you and me. You still got people that's making life and coming to the conclusion that we're coming through. That life is to be love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You still have us doing this in spite of all these other things. But we have to believe in ourselves first. We have to come to this point to believe in ourselves. We have to come to a point where we're going to do all we can do to support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going down here to Chicago. You got to get down there. You can't be saying I'm not going to make it. How are you going to make it? That's what you got to be saying. How am I going to make it? Because when you get there, you're going to see something that's going to cause you to grow. You're not going to get it here. If you haven't noticed, there's a spiritual suppression in this city. Almost in this whole state. Once you step outside this state, you will feel it. Without a doubt, I'll give you my word on that. If you drive out this state, you're gonna feel it. Almost to the border. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what's going on with it, but I've shown many of brothers leaving here going, we went through Cincinnati. As soon as we got to Cincinnati, what's up? How you feeling? All right, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel different? Then you know what? It do seem like I'm lighter. Yeah. There's a spiritual suppression that you got to be on your guard for 24/7. It's not a time of the day when I'm not prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a time of the day when I'm not guarding. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not guarding my energy from them trying to suck it out of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of this, and you got to be willing to support the thing that's going to bring you out of this. This very thing that you say all the good is in needs to be supported down there. So you got to get there in order for it to be able to support you. What if nobody went? It'll just die out. It would just have to stop till it started from somewhere else, I would imagine. If nobody went. So it's imperative. It's a part of what the prophet said you need to do. Why? He didn't just make it up, because when you get around a bunch of people that's thinking the same thing you thinking, that's loving you because you thinking what they thinking, and they love you for you thinking what they thinking, And they say he probably loved me because I'm thinking this. You see what I'm saying? So all these people doing this at the same time, you got a bunch of people loving each other. And you feel the power when you go in there. Some people gonna have arguments while you're there. Some brothers gonna have differences of opinion. They gonna go, oh, bro, you know what it is. We love each other, though, right? Right. You right. How can I help this situation better than you, bro? You see what I'm saying? You gonna see this. You gonna witness this yourself. But you can't do it. You gotta do it. You gotta go see. You gotta go see so you'll know what to bring back. So it's not a question of what. You know what I'm saying? It's not a question of if. It's how are you gonna get there? You know what I'm saying? We making provisions to assist the best we can. Do the best you can do and see what we come up with. You know what I'm saying? If two people come up with a way to get halfway there, well, might have to do some bargaining. You go this time, bro. Here, take this. You go there. We had that happen with us here. The brother was wanting to go, he couldn't go. He said, this brother only was short of 100. He gave him 100, gave the other brother 100. He said, I ain't gonna be able to make it, y'all go eat. You know what I'm saying? We had that happen up in here. So it's up to us to decide what we're gonna do and how we're gonna support who we are and what we do. We can't support Dr. Saban. We gotta go eat out of Kroger's. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go eat fast food. We can't go get the thing. And he's not the only one. There's other people out there that tell us the very similar things. They tell us very similar things as to what's good to eat and what's bad to eat. You know what I'm saying? So until we decide, that's it. That's until we decide to support one another and get the things done that we need to get done, it's just not gonna happen. It's just, I mean, if you don't do it, it ain't gonna happen. If you don't do it, it ain't gonna happen. If I don't do it, it ain't gonna happen. If we can make all the excuses we want to, but if we continue to follow in the European creed, then we will be just the same as we are. We are people without direction. Without a creed of our own, we follow somebody else's. So all of the things that you do that makes you identify with Europeans in the way in which they balance their lives, the way in which they say this is an important part of life. You know, I need to save all this money. I need to be this to be successful. All of these things, they don't give you no respect for that. They don't care if you got $1 billion and you black. You're still black. You're still a nigga. So that raggedy European that's in a trailer park, he still feels like he's better than you. The one that's got the money over here in the business over here, he gonna use this raggedy European over a more cultured brother. Why? Because he know he has to look out for his people first. He know you ain't nothing but a nigga. So he gonna do that. Why? Because he's been miseducated, just as you have been miseducated. So that's the reason why they're doing what they do. Had they been properly educated, then they would have made it as even as possible, so that the best man can be doing the job, so that everybody can eat off his back. Because the best man is the one that's gonna feed everybody. So we not in here. The prophet didn't say that he gonna make this nation better for just Moors. He said make this nation better for everybody and make this nation better for the world. That's what the prophet said. Not just for you, not just for me, but for everybody. So the best man is gonna be the man that everybody can eat when he finished. He's not the best man because he got 45 billion or he got 80 billion. You know what I'm saying? He's not the best man because of that. He's the best European. I don't care if he look like you or me. It don't matter. That's a European philosophy. That's not what the prophet said for us to do. The prophet didn't have all of that, and it could have been easy to obtain in the position that he in. I can stop coming up here right now, go around the corner, open up a church, guaranteed I'll be wearing suits every day. Guaranteed. Our same people I talk to every day will buy me a brand new car. Guaranteed. If I sit there and lie to them all day long, they'll get you what you want. Because the lie is closer to them than the truth. It's easier to swallow than the truth. So those preachers, the reverends and all that, the emails is going in there telling the people that nonsense. They doing it for self-gratification. Because the truth is clear and it stands out clearly from an error. The Quran tell you, the Bible tell you, the truth stands out clear from an error. So if it's that clear and you're a preacher, how you can't see it? It's not possible. You do see it. But you too concerned about your 501c3 status so that you can get this money coming in that you don't want to tell the people that, because here come the people talking about, yeah, we're about to do a tax audit. You over here telling these people this, that, and the other. You over here telling them they all in training, so they ain't got to pay taxes. Oh yeah, we about to do an audit. Anybody get no money? You see what I'm saying? So they got controls put in place. Why? Because that's their creed. You preaching their creed, not your creed. You can't come and tell me about no audit, about my creed. You can do whatever you want to do, but you can't tell me about my creed. And every time I read this right here, all y'all know it. Every time somebody join, they get this right here. The same one I got, the same one the Supreme Grand Sheik got, same one the Prophet had. Same thing. Everybody, you stuck with this one. This is what we follow. That's the creed for all of us. That's what you got to deal with. So we don't have nobody with a different set of rules and regulations. You know, you got to follow the rules and the regulations. So our creed can be simple, so we all can be benefiting from it. And when the man get at the top, his greatest desire. I forget what chapter it's in our Quran. 40 something, I think it is, where he says to that's what your desire is. That's what a good man is one that seeks to have his people benefit from his success, from his good fortune. He wants these people to benefit from that. So he wants to make sure to hold them accountable for the things that goes on with the creed, so that he can provide them with more, so that they can always make sure that their family will be able to benefit from the things that he's doing from his time, and so they can continue doing these things, and we can continue doing these things. But if we part ways with our own creed, our own rules and regulations, our own law, then we become lawless people. We are subjected to whatever law is we punished with. And that's what's happening. You know, so it's imperative that we do all we can to support each other. Because that's what upholds our law, is we do that. When we say we're going to be subjected to this law, not that law, then they can't do nothing to you about that. Why? This came from a law. If a law said this is what I should go under, what you gonna tell me? Allah told me where my birthright was at. Did you read chapter 1 in your circle 7? Chapter 1, right off the rip. He explained to you where everything came from. You came from Allah. Where your birthright at? So well past all of these physical abnormalities that goes on, are we talking about the essence of who you are? Your birthright goes back to Allah. That's where you came from. That's where your start is at. So your rights is what Allah gave you. When we read in our Quran, it tells us these are our birthrights. We read in chapter 45. It tells us what our birthrights are. Them are ours. You know what I'm saying? That's where we came from. So ain't no secondary nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be in between that. So the law is what Allah has prescribed for us, not the law that a man created for another man. Because that's the creed that they have for their people. And every man must pray and hold on to their own bond and their own people. They must handle their things in their nationality, in their nation of people. They must maintain that creed. So if you don't have that creed in place, you're in somebody else's business, and you're gonna get the business. It's inevitable. If you go over to Vietnam and you see a few white people in Vietnam, they're gonna get the business. If there's some black people over there, they're gonna get the business. If you in China and there's a few white people over in China, they're gonna get the business. Why? Because it's all Chinese people. They're looking at you an outsider. Let's say you grew up in there, you know the language, you know everything. That's fine. But you're not about to take over nothing over here. You're going to get the business. When you leave the room, it's going to be another conversation taking place. You can get the business. That's not your nation. Go back to your nation and build those things over there with your people. Why are you over here with my people? So we have to build these things first of our own accord. Then we can open up to more people. Because right now we can't stand no more losses. We just can't stand it. That's why we got this awareness that we got now. That's why you see more people aware of themselves, not as Negro, not as Black, Ethiopian. You aware of. You know what? I was looking at people's Facebook pages the other day. There's very few people who on their Facebook page don't have somebody that's got an L or a B on their name. When you look at it, just look through there, you'll see somebody, you see their friends, and somebody will be in there with a fez, or somebody with a this sign, or somebody with an L, or somebody with a B. You know what I'm saying? Or you see somebody that has something like this in there. You know what I mean? Or somebody that's the real conscious person in their group. Everybody got that. Now is the time for our awareness. Now it's time that we're going to be lifted up. So it has to be on people's mind. So this is the time that you don't need to have to talk about nothing else. You can come straight to the point with people because they already know. They already heard the talk at the barbershop, at the beauty shop. They already know what's really going on. They already know that they definitely can't be Black. They just ain't had nobody put it in perspective already. So until we start doing the business and supporting people the way we're supposed to, it's not gonna happen. But we can't support our own self. We're going down here now. Why are we going down here? Largely for support. Largely for when we get down there, that action support is what's gonna empower you. And there's no way for me to express it to you without you going to do it. It's gonna empower you when you leave. Me and Ayan would leave a lot. We went to meet these brothers in Florida. We went to North Carolina and met some brothers for 2 or 3 days. He was up there kicking it with him and going through some stuff. So every time that you do that, we're up in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? You gather more information. I was in Atlanta, same thing. You know, you gather more information and it empowers you to spiritually to see that somebody is way away from you doing these same things. And then when you spill the things that you've been got from your part of society, you bringing that to them, they learning, and they gathering some things. And then when you start working together, sooner or later somebody will put that network together. You see? But that's how that works out. So you got people on Facebook, hundreds of them, thousands of them, kicking the same thing. Kicking the same thing. I don't know how many YouTube channels you got kicking the same thing. You know, some people got their ideas or concepts about it, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. They know that they ain't Black. They know something is wrong. And then you got people on here that say, I'm Black and I'm this and I'm that and I'm strong and we did this and we did that. They little misguided. But however, they still conscious of the fact that they more than what somebody's saying they are. You see? They more than that. You know? So that's up to us to, like the prophet said, support and patronage that would have made some of our worthy business work ventures a grand success. So he's saying that if we support each other, just about any business we support, it's going to be successful. And right now we're in a time of divine time for us. We have a divine mission. A divine mission is to uplift fallen humanity. So just about any business you do start from here is going to be successful. You just got to be committed to it and get out here and go to work. If we don't go to work, you ain't gonna make nothing come. You know, you got to figure out where you want to be at, what you want to do, and pour yourself into it, and you're gonna get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to, and I tell people this all the time, I'm not telling you because I need something from you. Very few people I have needed my whole life. I sit there and I listen and I suck it all up, and then I'm gonna go get it on my own. People with big stuff or whatever. Anybody, if I help you do that, how much you gonna charge me? I just want to help you. Because I see they know what they're doing. I'm gonna help you for a couple of weeks. Peace. Hey, you need to get this door put up? Yeah, I can do that for you for 150. Bet. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't help you put up 7, 8, 9 doors in a row. I'm cool. I don't need you no more. And when I came, I didn't ask you for nothing. I said, do you want me to help you? I gave you labor for free. So I don't owe you nothing. You can't say you taught me something. Now I don't left you stranded. No, I gave you labor for free. I offer my labor for free. I don't owe you nothing. So at the end of the day, is what you gonna do. What are you gonna do to lift yourself out of this? Because it's not gonna happen. What are you gonna do? The saddest thing about it all is your kids. If you ain't got kids, you gonna have them. You gonna let them do the same stupid, retarded stuff you doing. Stuck in the same mode you stuck in it. Why? Because you didn't want to leave Toledo. You didn't want to go over here where the people was talking at. They said something that I don't believe. They said something I didn't like. No, you got to get it for yourself. And you got to be ready to save your kids so their kids can be saved. So by the time your grandkids come, you sitting back. Your grandkids asking you, Granddad, why are we all Muslim? Why is this like that? You know what I'm saying? They got the right questions, not the question that you got to try to explain as to why all them people on TV white. The kids like, why are all the people white on there? I know when I was down here, all the people were white like that. Daddy, what's going on with that? I mean, we got to answer questions in a way in which it's going to not break our kids down. You know, they get a low self-esteem. Why am I in school? Like they asked the brother about, he want his hair like that. Is you crazy? I wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. That's my hair. That's the operative word in there. My hair. I can wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. It's my hair. If I don't want to comb it all day, every day, for 15 days, for 5 months, for 10 months, for 10 years, if I don't want to comb it, it's my hair. What that got to do with my brain? What do my hair got to do with my brain? Nothing at all. Now, if you say, okay, this brother coming through in our society, stinking is not good. So you come and he ain't took a bath in a month, he's offending people and everything else. Well, they got a legitimate argument. You know what I'm saying? But as far as appearance-wise, I don't need to look like you. My hair naturally grows like this. Are you saying it's wrong for growing like that? Are you saying that's unnatural hair? Is what you're telling me? See what I'm saying? That's where we're going. But you got to bring people to the reality. You're saying, are you saying that his hair is unnaturally growing on his head? What you saying he should do? Should he put a chemical in there and maybe straighten it out so it'll look like your hair? Is that what you're telling me he should do? Should he do that? Is that what you're saying? Well, we're not saying that, but we want him not. You say you don't want it to grow the way it grows on its own. You want it should grow a different way than it grows on its own? No, I ain't saying that. But what exactly are you saying? They'll shut up and get out your way. Because they don't want that conversation. It's retarded. Common sense will tell you that. But because we've been educated, we run off into that stuff. We allow that to occur. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be having that. And I know this was this particular Sunday school class was a little different because we usually out of that our Quran and we got a lot of feedback. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to bring the fact that, you know, it's up to us to come. You know, so it's more of a pep talk or realization to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like some people say, come to Jesus type situation. That's what this is. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up. You got to be prepared to go that extra mile. You got to be prepared to spend that last dollar. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you're doing all you can do because you're not going to get nothing back no other way. If you half-heartedly about this, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. If you think that this is just a club, it's not a club. This is your nationality. This land you walking on is your land. You can't govern. So somebody else governing it for you. That's the reality. I don't care what none of those brothers say. They can tell you everything they want to tell you. I don't care who it is. The reason why they governing on your land is because you can't govern. So until you get ready to govern your own land, they gonna keep governing. Do they want to give it up? Oh, they don't want to give it up. Is they gonna have to give it up? Yes, they're gonna have to give it up. I told people 10 times, if not 20. Read South Africa. Read apartheid in South Africa. Read what apartheid is. Apartheid was the best colonization tool they could come up with. Apartheid, it's just like I said, APART, IED. So when you look at that and you do your research on that, you can see what happened. And the more articles you read, you will see 15 years before apartheid happened, they told them to pack up and get out of there. They told them to pack up and get out because these people are going to take back their stuff. So you had people that have been there for 4, 5 generations. My father's father cultivated this land. And we've been on this land for 5 generations. Okay. Like Jay-Z said, okay. They did. Because when them Africans came through there, South Africans, they wasn't hearing nothing about South Afrikaners. You was white, you was dying. We done told y'all had time to leave, y'all ain't leaving. They followed all the way out, half of them died, some of them lived. And then even after all of that, they had court for all the rest. And in their court, the first thing you have to do, you have to hear what you're doing. So whatever you done to me, I get to come and tell you what you done to me. You cut my arm off right here, and it bled out so bad. And now I got a limp on both sides. I can't take care of my kids. These are my kids now, and they're hungry. They're not going to be able to survive because I can't work unless somebody give me something. So now I've been rendered a poor pauper, and I must beg. And then the next person come up. It might be 200 people talking to you about your part that you played in their colonization. So what do you got to say about it? By the time you hear all what you done, you crying and pathetic. Yeah. They had these courts afterward. Read that, and you're gonna see what's going on. Read about apartheid, how they created it, and what it done. They specifically went in there. They took the best things out of the United States, out of the Netherlands, and out of Australia, and they put it together, and they called it apartheid, and they went there and went to colonize South Africa with it. And what you have today, you see what it is. You see the difference once they came out. Now people holler and they scream and say, well, them people there were the majority, and the people that colonized them in that particular country were the minority. You know what I'm saying? Here, these people are the majority. Don't matter. It wasn't that got them. It wasn't that. It was the fact that they was right, spiritually and physically. They was right. So the law was on their side, and God was on their side. That's the numbers didn't mean nothing. When you read in the Bible, when they said we had small numbers, when you read in the Quran, they said we had small numbers. You can read about all them battles. Them people lost them battles. They had the numbers, but they lost. Why? Because God said, go do it, and they went and done it. They didn't think about the numbers. They done what they were supposed to do and wiped them out. The same thing, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. The biggest fear you got in you is death. And that's the last thing you should be afraid of, because it's a guaranteed occur to your body, but it ain't gonna do nothing to you. Even the religion of Christianity tell you that you're not gonna die. It says it's gonna be a hereafter. How am I here and after what? A hereafter? I'm here after what? So common sense tell you you're not dying. Your body gonna die. And they say that's it. Your body gonna pass away. But you ain't going nowhere. You are not your body. Every religion tells you there's something other than your body. So why would you be afraid of death? If Martin Luther King was afraid of death at the age of 26, he took all that pressure on his back at the age of 26. So it ain't no fact that somebody is too young for it. It's impossible. Allah provided you with everything you need. So at the age of 26, he was doing this. he was doing it in the times of people spitting, kicking, and stabbing, and he got a philosophy that nobody didn't know nothing about. His philosophy was nonviolence, an active nonviolence protest. You get hit, don't say nothing. Go ahead, take the beat, and come back tomorrow, take another beat. Why? Because it's not well-read people. Look up Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi. And read here. That's nonviolent protest. That's where that came from. So it ain't nothing new. What did he imagine? He said he imagined, Gandhi said he imagined hundreds of thousands of Indians running towards the British and diving on their bayonets. Non-ending waves of diving on their bayonets. That's what he said. Nonviolent protest. So we have to be prepared to understand that death does not separate you from life. It merely separates you from the body. That's it. So if you fear that your body gonna die, you retarded. After you've been in here, everybody been in here long enough, there's something wrong. You need to tell me that so we can go back to the beginning. Because if you fear that your body is going, you think your body gonna live forever? Is that what you're thinking? It's not. It's gonna pass away. You ain't though. You're gonna continue on the plane of soul. You're gonna continue to learn more. You still ain't ready after your body passes away. There's lessons to be learned here. There's lessons to be learned on the plane of soul. So as you start to learn these lessons, you grow. So if you can't stand for what's right with your body, then why? If you think that I just need to get better stuff, better things, and that's why I'm here, then why? Why even come? Why even be here? If you're not going to try to uplift those people that look like you and bring those people into a perspective that's true, if you can't explain to a Mexican that he's not Mexican, he's the same as you, then it's a problem. I had to talk to an Arab guy in the store. He talking, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know. Well, I didn't know you was a Muslim. I am. People say, alhamdulillah, you know what I mean? God, and I got several things I would like to say to you, brother. Tell me everything. Stuff going on. Another guy come in, he start talking. Next thing you know, he said, yeah, you know, he sold one of the stores to an Indian guy. They got this stuff called curry and stink, they're doing this, and he wants to sell that stuff in there, and the people don't want to buy that, this, and the other. This is stuff. Look, Indian brother is a Muslim. You're a Muslim, and I'm a Muslim. Let's not talk about it. Islam. Yeah, Islam. He don't want to do that. When you stop it, that's who we are. That's who we are. That's the power we got. That's the power we got. We can come in and say this ain't right. This is not right. You brother, we can sit down. Let's finish. Let's fix this. Let's fix this because this can't happen. We can't be fighting among each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to lose. If you two fight, we all going to lose. If you two kill each other, we all going to lose. Every time one of us die, we lose more. So we got to explain it to them. But if you can't explain it to them, if you're afraid to die, your own self, how you going to explain it to somebody else? They're going to feel the fear in you. They're going to see the fear. You afraid already. Look at Malcolm X. Yeah, they're going to kill me. So what? I'm still going to kill him. How many other people was the same way? Coming up through the areas. You know what I'm saying? Saying, Huey Newton, look at that. They killed him because what? He used the law. We got to kill you. Did that stop anything? No. It ain't gonna stop nothing. It ain't gonna stop nothing today. So it's up to us to support each other. It's up to us to determine what it is that we're gonna do to support each and every one of us. We don't have to have no differentiation between the brother on the east side, brother on the west side, brother in Africa, or brother in Japan. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The separation of the Asiatic nations is what caused the problem. And the uniting of the Asiatic nations nations is gonna solve the problem. So we gotta start right here. And from here, we're gonna bring all that stuff together. Believe that. This ain't no accident. The prophet came here. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no accident that he said it's gonna be a while. When he brought it to them, it's gonna be a while. But when the ones that get it, they're supposed to have it, when their feet hit the ground, they're gonna start running. And they're gonna run with this. That's us. You know what I'm saying? That's us. You know, you brothers out here right now, y'all learning this. Another 3 or 4 years, believe me, you're gonna be rough. You're gonna be rough and hard to handle. We're making our arrangement with people downtown now. We get ready to start our court situation up and everything else. So once that court is set up, you learn it in live time. You learn it in live time. It's like the game. You go live. Your brother, your dude, he on at home, you at home, y'all going at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gonna be doing, going at it live. So you gotta get your stuff together and prepare yourself to do this, because you're gonna be making decisions that's gonna help your brother and your sister out. And they're gonna be grateful for that. And they're gonna want to come in and know what you know. They want to come in, then you're gonna have to be up here doing this. Because I got other stuff to do. I got other people to talk to. And it says here that it says here, in conclusion, I urge you to remember there is work enough for all to do in helping to build a better world. There's work for all to do. So I got more people to go talk to about this, more temples to set up like this. So you got to get on point. The next 3 to 4 years, we need everybody on point. We need the court up and running. We need people doing, taking care of the things that's dealing with our voting and all these registrations and things that gotta go on. We need all this stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna do itself. You know what I'm saying? So it takes us to do it. It takes us to do it. We can't sit here and act upon some things with some wrong happening to somebody. Because we already know it's already wrong. When any one of us is walking around thinking that we black, that's already wrong. And we can only agree that something terrible is going to happen to that person if he keeps continuing to call himself black. So we don't need to wait till something wrong happen to him, because we already know something wrong is going to happen to him if he continue to call himself black. If he continue to call himself a Negro, a colored person, or Ethiopian, we already know something bad is going to happen to him. So it's up to us to take care of it before it happens. Because we can't go up there and say, hey, you know, well, look, man, they did that because you was black. Well, you already knew they was going to do it. What was you doing to stop him from doing that? To put something in his way to bring him to a point where he can acknowledge who he really is and bring himself up out of that. I talk to brothers daily about this. You know, daily I talk to them. I talk to sisters about this. Why? Because I know something bad is going to happen to them. And maybe they may remember one piece of information that'll hold them people off of them. When they say, oh, wait a minute, I ain't black. You know what I'm saying? I ain't black. My son rides around, he went to Miami Valley. And he graduated over here at the Technology Academy. All his friends, all different nationalities. You know what I'm saying? So they be riding around, doing stuff. They be in Perrysburg, they be in Mount Clover, they be here, they be there. I had to tell him, you be clear if you get pulled over. You be clear to who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He said when they pull him over, he just tell him, you know, here my ID is. They say you this and that and the other. No, I'm not gonna. You know, if it's a problem, my father is this. You can call him now. He just said if there's any problem, just call him. He'll come over here. That's it. So we ain't got to have those problems. And your kids ain't got to have those problems. You know what I'm saying? Because without this, your kids is going to be lawless. And somebody got to enforce the law. Who want to live here with no police? Who wants to be here and ain't no police? Think about some of the people you know. Some of my homies. If it wasn't no police, they would probably been on rob my mom. Think about it. If it wasn't no police at all, you probably couldn't be here right now. You probably had to escort your mama to the church. When she going to church, you probably had to go to the grocery store with your mother. You know what I'm saying? Your father don't got old, you got to go with him. If you want to go fishing, you got to go. Why? Because there's no law nowhere. It's lawless out here. So who would want to live in that society? Not me. So I got a profound respect for police officers. It's just when you're not doing your job that I need to hold you accountable to what you're doing because you got a gun on your side. You chose that. I didn't choose you to get that job. You chose it. So you need to behave. You need to do what you're supposed to be doing. You can't have no preference. If that's the case, you should only go and work in your own community. You shouldn't work over here. If you can't decide what your preference is, you need to stay over there until you can get it together. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't got no problem with that. So we have to be prepared to do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? For our own self, for our own people. You know what I'm saying? So we in that position right now. You know, the brother down there, they already don't started with getting police officers. They using the black bears and they walking, they strapped on the side and everything in fatigues and all that. He said at first they thought they was gonna receive some get back. You know, people was gonna be giving them a hard time. He said they stopped at stores and stuff like that. They in Philadelphia, so it's a lot of businesses right out here. He said they was all happy. You know what I'm saying? They was all glad y'all doing this. You know? So your people gonna be the same way. Because they tired of not being able to trust. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, for us, we already know about who did it. Ain't no sense in going over here. Look, we know who did that. And our people gonna be willing to call us and tell us anyway. Man, that was what's man. He beat that girl to death down there, man. And ran out the back door. He over there to his cousin's house, in the house right now. Yeah. Come on out there, man. Come on out. We already know everything. But what's your problem? You know, we can deal with this stuff right on. We can straighten these brothers out and get them together. You see, now next time, bro, we're gonna take you to the back right here. We're gonna give you what you gave. Now here's what you're gonna do to make up for this. You got some stuff that you're gonna need to be doing. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna see this panel, they're gonna straighten you out, you're gonna get some community stuff in, you're gonna do some stuff, and every day you're gonna beg this woman for forgiveness. And we're gonna hear you do it. We're gonna walk you over there to do it until you get it right. See, we don't gotta keep doing stuff that we know don't work. They take a man and put him in jail because he owed child support. What good is that gonna do? Right, what good is it gonna do? Get him in jail. He needs a job. He needs a job. But you're gonna make money on him, but because of his problem, and he needs a job. No, let's make him responsible for his kids. Let's see to it that we got a class for this. Every Tuesday and every Thursday night, you to pick them kids up and you to come in here. We're going out to do this, we're going out to do that, we're going out to do that. So you can understand how you're supposed to interact with your kids. So now you'll be more responsible to your kids, not running off all the time, thinking you can't come over there because you don't got no money. This is how you do it without no money. I'm gonna show you. I did it. Your kids ain't thinking about that. Your kids thinking about you. They ain't thinking about money. She might be thinking about money, but your kids is thinking about you. And if you take them to go walk in the park, you take them running and jumping, take them swinging, take them doing, they happy about that. When they get home and they only have one meal, they don't know no better. They ain't gonna die. They gonna eat what they got to eat, wake up in the morning ready to go. You the one that gives them the phobia. She's the one that gives them the phobia. But you're not gonna starve. It's not gonna happen. It's practically impossible. There's so many places to give away food in this city, it don't make no sense. If you're hungry, it's because you want to be. There's so many churches you can go to on every day. You can go to them, and you go in there, and they give you food. They food banks. Did you know that? We can go into, every day of the week, you can literally go into one church, and then they give you a big bag of food. In the summer, they give out watermelons and apples and oranges, everything. I took one lady to go get some stuff right here on, you know where Seaway is at? Across the street, there's a church right there. I took her over there. She said, oh, she told me she's gone. It was snow out. I had a 4-wheel drive. So she said, will you take me? I went to go fix her furnace in her house because the furnace went out. And the guy sent me over there with 2 heaters, kerosene, and some kerosene to put in there because it wasn't her furnace wasn't fixed. So she ended up saying, "Well, can you take me over here because I ain't got no food?" I said, "Man, well, it's blizzard outside. All right, I'll take you over here." So I take her over there, get over there, say, the lady just left him up. She lived right in the back of the thing. You take it back there? I'm like, yeah. Take it back there. The lady came out, 3, 4 bags, man, of food, piling them in my truck. Boom, boom, boom. Looking in there, man, this lady had crab legs. You said they giving away crab legs? Yeah, I do a lot of them. I'm like, I got to come back up here. You know what I'm saying? And then one the bendy one. It was the nice size crab, the king size, you know. Ooh, please, that's it. So yeah, we have to understand that it's up to us to utilize all the things we have for each other, and we're gonna be able to get this thing on the road. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to try to, like I say, get together, man. What is it that you're gonna do? What can you be able to do to get down here, man? We gotta get down here so you can see. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. It can open you up. Because if you don't go, you're just not gonna know. You're just not gonna know. It's almost impossible for me to convey the feeling of lightness that you're gonna get when you leave out of height. It's almost impossible for me to convey it to you. You just gotta feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna know something when you leave. When you leave here and you get to Chicago and you see all these brothers and you talking and y'all kicking it, you're gonna feel it. And you're gonna know, man, I don't got that down here. That's what I need. I need them to do that for me down there. I need them brothers down there to give me that. The same thing I'm getting right here, right now. That's what I want. So now you know how to go about doing it. You know what it is. Islam? Has anybody got any questions or statements or anything? You want to add to any of that? Any comments? None at all? Islam. So we'll rise and get ready to have our prayer. Closing prayer. Allah, bind our hearts and minds back to our ancient forefathers' divine freedom principle. This we ask in thy holy name, in 70 week. Amen. Islam. How is everybody doing?